This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live tonight with a special package from Bob World. Man, let me tell you, I was surprised to get this package in the mail. I got it in the mail yesterday. Make sure it's all nice and neat. Nice priority mail. And this is priority mail, not that media mail like my main man Jason Smith was doing back in the day. But I got that media mail. Now, sorry. Look at that fade right there. I got them side buns right there. So yeah, I didn't want to put the beanie on. It's kind of hot and everything, 100-degree Texas heat. Great to see everyone tonight. Welcome to the Great Legend Show, man. It's been a long time. I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes on, you can find me Thursdays on Outside the Issues on Comic Core. So we're hopefully going to be talking about episode 9 and episode 10 of Swamp Thing this Thursday. And on Friday, it's Off the Rails, and you never know what's in store when you're watching on the Comic Core on that Friday night live show. Man, it's a great show. If you didn't know, you need to check it out. Man, all right, let's check the chat real quick. Hopefully you don't want to be too long. I know there's a lot of great live shows going on in the YouTube comic book community, and I think this might be a package of comic books from my good buddy Bob World. So let's check this out. Let's see what the chat says over here. What's up? Oh, I feel you, dude. I feel you, man. At work, Who Dat says, hey, man, Legend sent you a message back. Not the best day at work. Man, I know your work is a lot more stressful than mine. Man, I had to clean up some throw up today, man. Kid throw up. Ugh. Harry Potter, program, and it was just blech. Some kid barfed. Anyway, it was disgusting. But, man, I know how that goes, man. It's hard at work sometimes, Stress sucks, That's why comics and friends, man, that's what it's all about. All right, man, let's get into this package. Like I said, I don't want to keep anyone too long tonight. We're just going to see what our old buddy Bob World's doing. Now, if y'all didn't know, Bob World is a great friend of mine. We chat on Facebook Messenger from time to time. And he's reached out to me and, let me, always is wondering how I'm doing and everything. Because Legend been kind of sick lately, nausea, just stomach issues, junk like that. So, it's hard to get going, hard to get on YouTube and make videos. But, man, I love being a part of live shows. I was doing I was on with Mr. Miracle and we were battling in the CBF. It was one of the first round matches for the new King of the Ring tournament. Champion for the CBF Comic Book Federation that is ran by Mr. McSands, and highlighted superstars in that would be Chad, MF90 Comics, The Tone. Who else is in there? Mr. Miracle, myself. Bake the Snake's got a match coming up, I think, with Burke Nasty. I'm not quite sure, but a lot of great stuff there. So make sure you sub to Chad MF90 Comics. 90 miles from comics. And make sure you subbed up to Tony Sanders as well, because they have those shows. Those shows are kind of like wrestling shows, but instead of wrestling each other, we wrestle with comics. Who's got the coolest comics? Who can, outshine the other? So it's pretty fun. But this is from Bob World. I put Bob's. I hadn't done this in a while. I'm kind of rusty. I'm not my normal style, if you will. I guess it's the beanies missing. But I got Bob. I've known him for a long time. Bob loves his comic books, and he loves watching and supporting a lot of the comic book videos that people produce. He's one of the most nicest guys in the community that you're ever going to meet. I did put his URL or his video link in the description down below to sub up. Go ahead and sub up Bob World, man. He's got 45 subs. He's got some really cute videos of his 2 dogs, his 2 pugs playing. And maybe one of these days we'll see some comic book videos from Bob World. Bob also is really good graphics designer, graphic arts, and graphics designer. So if you ever need any help, we got the Winchester, always bringing it live. So if you need some help with graphics, or maybe you want him to do a logo for you, give him your YouTube channel name so he can kind of like get a feel for what you're into, what you're all about, and then let him test out some logos for you, man. He's a really nice guy. Get to know Bob, man. He's really cool. He's got a nice message here. All right. Nice message on top. Look at that. Perfect. It's like perfect fitting message. I'll read it to you. I saw these comics and thought of you. I'm not sure if you've already read them, but I hope you enjoyed them. From your YouTube videos, you seem to be a great guy and very positive. I enjoy what you do and hope you continue making videos. Sincerely, Bob World. P.S. Oh, yeah. All right. I like that. Good P.S., man. Good P.S. Bob's a great guy, man. Really cool. And he sent me some comics, man. So, Bob, thank you so much. I mean, you did not have to do this, but I'm so glad you did. Uh, I, I love getting things from our fellow YouTube comic book community, because you get to find out, what they're into, and stuff like that. And you also, like, he thought about me during this. And like I said, I haven't done a lot of videos solo, and on my own channel, because I want to build up Comic Core and everything like that, and kind of put my focus in other places other than YouTube and Comic Core and stuff too. Even though I just said, yeah, going with Comic Core, but trying to even take time away from social media, which I want to do something probably starting tomorrow. And if I had more time, I would hashtag it and do like stuff like that. But it's going to be live in 35. So it's me. This will be my last video on this channel for 35 days. And then when the 35 days is up, live in 35. Legend's going to be live in 35 once more. So from this video on The Great Legend Show, I don't want to do any social media for 35 days. Although I will be on Comic Core. That's kind of my only thing I'm going to really get in and get involved with. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, those are my 3 other ones. So I'm going to, get off all of those, and you still may see me in the chats, because I got to keep watching my peers, you know what I mean? I'm not just going to be leaving high and dry, but for my own self, and kind of like to whittle away from doing some videos. Now, coming in September, if y'all are into old school arcades or arcade games or retro gaming, I am going to be bringing back 1/4 live, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let me check the chat real quick. We do got 4 watching, man. It is so great. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend that time with me. What's up? So like I said, we got Who Dat Comics and Movies, Bob World. Thank you so much, brother. I don't have the old beanie on, just going like all natural tonight. Kind of tired. I am on new medicine that I have to take for nausea, because every time I wake up in the morning, man, my stomach hurts. Also has to do with anxiety. I have anxiety, and sometimes the anxiety gets the best of me in different occasions. But I do. Oh man, I was so close after this video to do a Legends Truth video on ways to cope with anxiety that I kind of learned about. But I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for later and see how I do on this new medicine, and see if some of these things that I've learned, I can use these as coping skills for my own personal anxiety that I have sometimes. Now you may think about, oh, Great Legend, oh, he's got a lot of subs, and he's real good on the camera, and he speaks very well into the microphone, and all that kind of stuff. Entertaining is easy. That's the fun part. I always have a great time. Sometimes, a Midwest comic man could tell you this, I'll get on expecting to do a 10-minute video, and I could stay on for like an hour or 2 hours, and that's just it's like natural. It just is like peanut butter and jelly. It's just something I'm really good at. But when you stress out about finances, we stress out about work, when you stress out about getting your kids going back to school, when you stress out about household repairs, where you're going to find the money to do those repairs. Not that I have any of those problems currently, but I've had all these problems in the past, or during the summer. Like everyone else, we all have problems and issues, but I do want to talk a little more about the anxiety stuff, probably on a future Legends Truth. Maybe I can share some of the things that I do to make me feel better, that you can do as well. So, man, Bob, thank you so much. Let me check the chat. Also, we got Bake the Snake. Man, it's great to see Bake, also part of the CBF Conflict Federation. Go check that guy out. I think their next match is Bake. It's Bake versus Burke Nasty, I think. So, Bake, man, I think so. Great to see you, brother. Take the Time Collectibles, Brian B., all the way down from the Florida Keys. I know that. I don't know if you're really from the Florida Keys, but it was the closest rhyme I can think of in time. Thomas Wayne, don't let that mama drop them pearls. No, don't let that wife drop them pearls. Oh yeah, Thomas Wayne. I've already got stuff by Thomas Wayne for the next 1/4 One Life. He's my only guy that has submitted stuff. I've got friends. I got someone that commented on my last video from about 10 years ago. One of the Hall of Famers, if you will, from the Gears of War 2 days. The game that pretty much put the Great Legend on the map. The Great Legend Shim Powered was, just nothing without becoming third in the world on Guardian on Gears of War 2. Man, those were some good times, man. But, video game addiction, that was real. Dustin 2, Dut Rank, you didn't tell me a game to play, brother. So Dut Rank, if you're out there watching on the Rewind, and I hope you are, put some games down in the comments on my last video, games that y'all want to see. They could be arcade games, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Sega Master System, NES, Game Boy Advance, Neo Geo, and Laserdisc games like Mad Dog McCree, or those kind of games, shooter games, or what is those other ones I had? Crime Patrol 2, Drug Wars, man, just all kind of stuff. Space Pirates, whatever you want to see, and just other arcade games as well. So let me know in the chat on my last video. So without further ado, another big shout out, Who Dat Comics. We need a Legend Truth. I'm gonna get you one, man, because I think the anxiety one, everyone could, use maybe some coping skills, coping mechanisms for anxiety, stress, stuff like that. And I'll go into a little bit with real quick how I can't even go into it because I'd have to look up some definitions, and I'm not really ready to go there yet. But where I am ready to go is my next shout out. A guy that's been getting them gains, putting them muscles, eating, hopefully drinking and eating his protein, because I've been having a lot of chicken lately. I'm down to currently, what am I anyway? I'm 201.6. I haven't been on a diet. I haven't been losing weight, but for lunch normally I have a chicken wrap from Subway, and today I had a big old Southwest chicken salad from Scotty P's. It was an impulse buy. I was going to go in there looking at the burgers, but that stuff's all like 1,000 calories, and I don't want to burn all my calories. So I had this freaking impulse buy. Could have been a little mind games, could have been a little mind control. You know how they put stuff there right in front of you when you get to the register, so you're like thinking about one thing, but then then you take that second guess and you're like, well, maybe I ought to get this. It's classic impulse buy gimmick, mind control gimmick. And it was a Southwest chicken salad. Oh, it was so good, but the freaking bowl was like, I can't even describe it. It was so deep, and it was like I had to eat the second. I had second half I had at work for tonight. So yeah, 201.6. I could be on 205 live if I knew some better wrestling moves. All right, so without further ado, great to see you, Double S. Hello, people in the chat. Thomas Wayne says, PB&J, that's what Ultimate Warrior ate, Double S. Ultimate Warrior, he was always talking about PB&J because you get a little bit of that, you get a little bit of the sugar, but it's not as bad as, like eat chocolate or something like that. But it gives you that sugar will give you that energy that you need when you're like lifting weights. But a lot of the weightlifters, bodybuilders, and I know Double S is real serious about his. He probably has one of those pre-workout drinks. Like I know Muscle Farm, I used to drink one called, it was by Muscle Farm. I don't know, but it was kind of cherry, and it almost failed. I guess it's a nitrous oxide type boost to your bloodstream, so it makes you just want to work harder. And then, of course, when you come down off your workout, you probably need to drink a big protein shake or something like that. But let's check these books out. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm digging this. Bob, man, you know what, Bob? And I was thinking about this today because I was telling people at work about this. I was telling people at work about this today. So this is kind of like synchronicity because, yeah, so let me just show you. Bob, you didn't have to do this. God bless you, man. I love you, man. Holy moly, this is the best, dude. These are the freaking, oh my God. They're probably even some better copies than the ones I have. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because I do have these, but I think these are like even better. Bob, you didn't have to do this, but man, let me tell you why. Let me just show you something real quick. And I encourage others, if you haven't started making comic book videos and you're really into comics, yeah, Muscle Farm, what? But I figured it was. It was called Elite, or was it called? I know I still have some up there. You know, I haven't done workouts. I just have counted my calories in the past. But man, I'm all over the place. I'm into working out, but I'm also into these comics I'm about to show you. Bob, I'm sorry I'm taking so long. Dude, look at these bad boys, man. Look at these things, dude. They're so cool, dude. Look at this, man. This is awesome. Ooh, even that one too. And that one, those were excellent. Wow, dude. Oh my God. Okay. Now these aren't really going to be any kind of order. I'm just going to kind of show them to you. And then I'm going to get them in some Mylar. All right, let's get into my camera so I can see what I'm doing. Hopefully it's coming through. I know it's kind of dark in here. So yeah, let's check these out. Dark Shadows. Damn! Bring my mic up. Damn, dude. Dark Shadows number 8. This was from Dynamite. This is Dynamite Volume 1. This is the Volume 1 first comic book that Dynamite produced. And this was around the time, I want to say 2011, around the New 52, because when I was going into the comic shop, and I saw these. I saw some of these, and I was like, "Damn, I've got to have them." So I did go and I made sure to find them. But I mean, they were low print run. These Dark Shadows. Most of them are all Francisco Francavilla covers. The covers are just beautiful. Interiors as well, I want to say, are Francavilla. Let me look real quick, because this series I haven't actually read. The Dark Shadows Year 1. That thing just picked up, and I didn't even hit anything. That Siri thing. Yeah, go away. Stupid freaking phone. Trying to technology me. Dude, that's so cool. Okay, yeah, I don't think these are... The interiors are Nacho Tenorio, but the interiors are good. They kind of remind me of Six Gun style, Oni Press style. But what I love about them is when you read the book, you can totally tell. Oh, and there's Quentin. Is that Quentin? See, oh, it is Quentin. I knew it was because he turns into a werewolf on the next panel. But you know what? That actually looks like Quentin right there. David Selby. If you were a kid in the '90s on Friday nights and you watched, you started your night on Friday watching Dukes of Hazzard, followed by Dallas, with J.R. Ewing, old Larry, what was his name? Larry Hagman, all of them, Sue Ellen and all of them. And then after that was Falcon Crest with Jane Wyman, who was Ronald Reagan's first wife. But Jane Wyman, Lorenzo Lamas. I believe it was David Selby was on Falcon Crest. I'm pretty sure he was on there. That kind of looks like him. And of course, Elizabeth. Oh, there's Roger. He looks just like Roger. And of course, that would be Carolyn right there. And there's Elizabeth Stoddard. Yeah, these are so cool. Oh yeah, Quentin loved to drink. Oh wait, there he is. Barnabas. Barnabas Collins. There, wait, where's Barnabas? Right on that panel. There's Barnabas Collins. All right, man. So freaking cool. I'm very addicted to I'm addicted to the dark shadows. Before I screw this up, I'm gonna fold this thing back some. But yeah, I love dark shadows, and that was one of my videos of Four-Way Flashers. I think is interested in dark shadows because he asked me one time. He was asking me when I was gonna film the showing off that coffin that I have. It's has all the Dark Shadows movies in it. Oh, that's just on the back. Okay, I understand. I understand these gimmicks. Let me put that down. So I think there was like 1,245 episodes, 22-minute episodes. Used to come on 1966 to 71. But anyways, that's Dark Shadows number 8. Love it. So you can totally tell the characters in them, from their TV counterparts. This is issue number 7. I like that. Eisner Award-winning artist Francisco Francavilla. That's a nice one where Barnabas has of course, his little coat or jacket he wears. It's not a cape. It's an old-timey looking deal, but he has that thing folded up. Looks really cool. Beautiful cover. That's number 7. And I was flipping through these before because, Dark Shadows, once I saw it, I was so excited because I love these. And I haven't read this series yet. And people are asking, well, what was the deal? Why didn't you read the comic books yet? Well, the thing about it was I wanted to watch all 1,245 episodes of The Dark Shadows, which I believe I got that disc, the whole set, in 2013. The day I got it, I opened it up and I put a picture on Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram page, at @Art95 on Instagram, or on at @Art95 on IG, however you want to call it, you can see the date that I got that. And I just finished watching all the episodes back in the winter of 2018. But I'm also doing the movies. I've got House of Dark Shadows on DVD. I've already watched that. Very good. I've got the second movie, which was Night of Dark Shadows or something like that. And it has Angelique and David Selby as Quentin Collins. Angelique, of course, is Laura Parker. This is issue 6, which I'm going to have to see. I don't remember if I have this one or not. I don't remember this cover, but the cover is really cool. It's like a skull in the background, but in the foreground you see the image of Barnabas. Really great stuff, Also, what I did on Amazon Prime, I watched the Dark Shadows Revival series that was on in 1991 starring Ben Cross, and that's a pretty good show too. I watched all 10 of those. Issue number 5. Now let me see, since I don't know, I'm thinking this is probably going to be either Victoria Winters or Maggie Evans, but I'm not real sure because, like I said, I haven't read this series yet. This is number 4, the alternate cover, which I don't know if this is a Francavilla cover or not, but very freaking awesome right there. You see the girl's head, but she is trapped inside, most likely, the jaws of Barnabas Collins. And one of my favorite covers from this series that I've always liked is this one here. Barnabas Collins is back. He's just taking a bite out of crime like McGruff, but he's taking a bite out of that woman's neck. Francavilla cover, of course. I love these Francavilla covers. If you're a fan of Afterlife with Archie, you'll really know Francavilla, because Afterlife with Archie was a great series, and the interiors were also done by Francavilla. As long as the interiors, because I'm more of a story guy, and I've read a lot of Jeff Lemire, and his interior art and his covers are really kind of like abstract art style. You can almost say like he could be the Vincent Van Gogh of comic art, the way he does his art. Like if you've ever read Sweet Tooth, or that Trillium was really good, or the Animal Man from New 52, he did a little bit, he did covers, and he did a little bit inside there, which was really cool. So he's really neat. Black Hammer, I think. Is it Black Hammer, the one that Drew Manchu likes? Let's see the chat real quick. I'm sorry I'm talking a lot. When I'm really passionate about something like Dark Shadows, man, I could talk all day about it. Sad thing is, not a lot of people are around anymore that probably watch that soap opera. Well, I'm sure there is. I know Hippies Collectibles is all about that too. So everyone's just chilling. That's good, man. Thank y'all so much. I'm glad you are still with me. Dark Shadows, that to go along with the soap. Yeah, Thomas Wayne, 1966 from 71. Now, again, why I haven't read this series yet is I'm waiting to finish that last movie, Night of Dark Shadows. I got two more discs as far as the bonus feature discs. I want to get all the bonus feature discs done, and I've watched the revival. So once I get all of the video stuff that I've done on Dark Shadows, that's when I'll do a video about what I thought my favorite storylines were, comparing, contrasting the House of Dark Shadows movie from the episodic television show that came on during the daytime, because they're a little different. When they made the House of Dark Shadows movie, it was more scary, and I think it got an R rating, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't have ratings back then. I don't know. I'll have to check. Do you have the whole Dell Goldkey run? Yeah, take the time, Brian. I was just going to talk about that. I need probably. I don't remember how many more I needed. Maybe in the 5 to 10 mark. Maybe more. I try to get those in very fines. If I can, because you don't get a lot of near mint Dark Shadows. Even these right here, you couldn't really get a lot of near mints, because a lot of them, they were just very fine, because the comic stores didn't really order a lot of these. And I want to say they ran for about 2 years. I think there's maybe like 22 issues of the Dark Shadows, and I also can read these on my library app. I have a library app from the library that lets me read a lot of ID. No, this is Dynamite, but a lot of Dynamite, a lot of IDW. This is issue number 2. I remember this issue was one of the hardest ones for me to find, so it's good to get another copy of this one here. I like that one. The hand, that serves a lot of purpose, because they had the hand of Count Ptolemy, and that was one of the storylines in 1970 or so. And Count Ptolemy was played by Thayer David, who was a great character actor. A lot of y'all may know him from the old Spider-Man TV show. Thayer David was the one that was trying to do that mind control, and it had that guy that had that great voice, who also voiced Peter Parker, I think in the 60s or 70s TV or cartoon. I'm not quite sure, but look that up. The old Spider-Man TV show, the live action. Thayer David played the bad guy. He was also in Rocky 1 as a boxing promoter that would get Rocky to get that match with Apollo Creed. Great character actor. If y'all don't know Thayer David, y'all may not know him, but gone too soon. Great actor. Well, actually, all of the folks that was in that original Dark Shadows, because really it was like a summer stock theater where all those, you'd have maybe 5 to 6 actors at any one given time in the studio in New York, and they were doing their lines, and it was live to tape back then. And I'll tell you a lot more about all of that when I do my video review of all the Dark Shadows. Issue 1, another one of the favorite covers, of course, because it's issue 1, the first ever Dark Shadows from Dynamite. So yeah, but Brian, back to your question, I am going to be doing that whole run. I love those painted covers too. Really good stuff. And now this one here, I don't know if I've got this one here. This copy here. This is the photo variant from Dark Shadows Year 1, which was, I want to say, the second Dark Shadows series Dynamite did. The third being a Dark Shadows Vampirilla crossover, which I don't have any of those yet. I'll probably eventually get those. I don't really read a lot of Vampirilla, so I would be totally new into reading about her. But Dark Shadows and Vampirilla was a thing. It was a crossover done by Dynamite. But that is freaking awesome. Good night. I wish Jonathan Frid was still alive today, and I would try to get him to sign that, man. That would really look really cool, man. God, gone too freaking soon. Jonathan Frid. He did get a cameo appearance in that god-awful Tim Burton movie, though. Dude, this is so cool, Bob. I really appreciate you doing this, because this is Dark Shadows. And if you don't know, And I know I don't have a lot of people watching this live right now. Like I said, a lot of other live shows, and there may just be some people not into Dark Shadows, man. But it is awesome. If you have Amazon Prime, I implore you to give Dark Shadows a shot. I mean, they have a lot of the old school Dark Shadows on there. Just try to start at the earliest episodes. They also have the Dark Shadows, the revival series starring Ben Cross, so check that out too. Also, a young Joseph Gordon Levitt. I think that's the kid's name. Third Rock from the Sun. He was in one of those Christian Bale Batman movies. I think the third one, Joseph Gordon-Levitt or whatever. He was in that Time Looper or whatever. He was a little kid. He got to play David Collins in the 1991 Dark Shadows. Now there is a 1991 Dark Shadows, the revival comic book. I don't have that yet. I'll probably get that later down the line. Now this one is really cool as well, and I just don't remember this cover. But like I said, maybe I just boxed them up. And like I said, I haven't read. This is number 10 of this series. Year 1 talks about the year that Barnabas, turned into the vampire. And I'll probably tell you more about it, but I'll give you a quick rundown. He had a gal in Montanique that he really loved. Her name was Josette Dupre, and Josette and him were going to be married when Josette came to America to live at, Collinwood or whatnot. And what had happened was he had like a one night stand, like a fling in Montanique as well. And it was just one of them barmaid chicks. And this girl actually her name was Angelique, and she ended up being later in the storyline, later in the years, a handmaiden, or a kind of like a butler, but like a maid or something, that used to help the rich. And Josette was one of them classy rich ladies, so they had like a little helper or whatever. But anyways, that tells the story of, it's about I think it's 5 issue, 6 issue, but it tells the story of Barnabas's first year and stuff like that. But year 1 was damn good. It also had Quentin in it, and it goes from future to past a lot of times, just like the TV show did. Yeah, like I said, number 10. Just great Francavilla covers right there. Ooh, I like that. Paper dolls. Paper dolls are, when you have this kind of thing. I mean, Angelique could use that stuff as voodoo. So when Barnabas sees, you can just tell when Barnabas sees this kind of stuff here, because Angelique was into the voodoo stuff. She had voodoo dolls and stuff, so she practiced the black arts, witchcraft. Wow, this is number 11. Oh, look at that, dude. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I don't think you can. But it says right here, dedicated to Jonathan Frid, the guy that played Barnabas. And man, I tell you, Francavilla did Jonathan right, man. That looks great. Dark Shadows number 11. And I don't know if the whole run is here or not, but I think most of this is the whole run of this first volume that Dynamite did. And I like how it says on the top, it says a Dynamite Entertainment Classic, Dark Shadows. More Barnabas side profile. Kind of a funky cover there. You got this weird, well, that's a wolf, of course. Vampires can change into wolves, Like I said, I don't know if this is Victoria or Maggie Evans or who this is. But damn, look at that. It's a great cover. And see how his eyes are really zooming in to the blood on her neck. Issue 13 right there. Here is 14. I don't know who that is in the background, but it could be Barnabas running away from another vampire or a werewolf there. Because like I said, Quentin Collins, he has a humongous, Quentin Collins played by Dave Selby, huge, freaking huge part in the Dark Shadows, because Barnabas, they needed another leading man, and Dave Selby, man, he was a great leading man, so they brought him in as Quentin Collins, so it can kind of give Barnabas a break, because Barnabas, Dan Curtis never intended for Barnabas to be a lead. The vampire Barnabas was just a side character. He was going to be an extra character. They're going to do a little vampire storyline, But you know, all the kids was racing home after school just to see Jonathan Frid play as Barnabas. So they kept Barnabas on for the whole time. Jonathan Frid for the whole time. Jonathan Frid said in interviews that he was only going to work this thing for a little bit because he was going to move out to California. I think maybe open a theater thing or do some more theater. A lot of the, like I said, a lot of the actors that starred in Dark Shadows were from the theater. Also, I want to tell you, one of the Charlie's Angels, Kate Jackson, aka Scarecrow and Mrs. Kane fame, she got her start on Dark Shadows on the last year, pretty much. She did a great job too. That was after Alexandra Multicky, or whatever her name is, who was Victoria Winters. She, of course, well, you know, life happens, and you know, she wanted to have a baby or whatnot, so she left the show. And eventually, Kate Jackson kind of became that lead female or brunette female, opposite of course, Angelique, which was, like I said, Laura Parker. Beautiful, beautiful women on Dark Shadows. That's issue 15. That's cool, man. Bob World, man. Bob World hooking me up here, man. Now that actually looks like Maggie Evans right there. So maybe before that was Victoria. We got issue 16. And sorry, I'm not on my other computer with the good webcam. I'm on this one. Got a guy playing Roblox in the other room. Number 17. Look at that cover. Dude, what would you do if you woke up and this dude was looking at you? I tell you what you do, you be gone too soon, man. Because Barnabas doesn't really wait around, dumb beat around the bush, man. He's going to take that bite, and he's going to do it all night. Man, another one. Look at that behind the stained glass. He's in front of the stained glass there. Let me check the chat real quick because we got more comics to go here, man. Thank you so much. Peer my like, man. A lot of times your peers, like Bake the Snake, man. I got a Bake the Snake sent me a couple Funkos, man. Like, I didn't even ask for them. He just sent them out of the goodness of his heart because he thought I like them, you know. And you know, these AOKs, these special packages, they really cheer people up when they're feeling down, you know. And big shout out to Perry Comics, man. Perry, what are you up to, brother? It's great to see you. What is up, Silent Stag? Oh yeah, Angelique is. And you know, when I do the Dark Shadows thing, I'll put up pictures of the actors and stuff. I think that'll be a good idea. I can do that on OBS. Maybe have a little slideshow, talk about some of the actors. Silent Stag, where you been, man? It's so great to see you. Oh, actually, you know, you could say the same thing. Where have you been? Bake the Snake. Okay, I'm back. Holy crap, looks like I'm going to Baltimore. Oh my God. So, man, congratulations on the big win there. I didn't know. I don't get mad, Bake, but I voted for the Airboy, and I voted for Who Dat. But you know I love you, brother. You know I love me some Bake the Snake. You know I'll get you back when we're at the Baltimore trip. But congratulations on that. I'll have to see who the other winners are. Hey, that's my boy right there. What's up, my immortal kid gamer? That's my nephew, man. It's great to see you. Say hello to that lovely sister and lovely mom of yours, two of my favorite gals of all time. Actually, say what's up to that dad of yours, because I have not seen him lately. And every time your grandma comes by, she's bringing Uncle Jimmy, but I want to see some Uncle Steven. You know what I'm saying? So tell your dad I love him and I think about y'all all the time. I try to watch you play your Fortnite when I can. Hanging out, man. I appreciate you, Perry. What I'm showing right now, for y'all that are just joining, I got a special package from my good friend Bob World. So make sure Bob World is in the chat. Scroll up the screen, man. Show y'all love to Bob, man. Give him a shout out. Give him a subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Let me go up and down this thing. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Thank you so much. Number 19. This may have been, nope, number 21. I think, was it 21 or 20? Yeah, 22 issues. No, 23. Okay. Yeah, baby. Yeah, these are so cool. Okay. So I guess it went 23 issues, but here's number 19. Let me get back to my camera. We're almost done, people. I don't want to keep y'all too long. I know there's other stuff going on out there, but I do appreciate y'all, bottom of my heart, for watching. Dark Shadows, number 19. Another hand cover, you know, where the hand comes out. I love that stuff. This, I want to say this, it doesn't, I don't think it predates Cousin It. But the hands that are, I guess, cut off from the arm and move around, that stuff was in Dark Shadows a lot too. It's number 20, another awesome cover. Ooh, I like that. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Okay. I'm wondering if you look at this, it's like he's looking at himself in a reflection in the water. But however, vampires cast no reflection. So I don't know in this episode or issue, duh, if he. I'm not going to tell you, but in the TV series, they try to help him lose his vampirism. So y'all watch it, man. It's a good show. I love this cover as well because this cover, you got the tower right there. That tower plays an important part in the Dark Shadows storyline, and of course, this is Collinwood. This is the big house. Did they call it the big house? Well, they called the old house, but this was the new house, or what the big house would be called. But that's the big house at Collinwood there. Of course, who can forget when God, what was his name? Willie Loomis, played by dude, who played Willie? He was in Cagney and Lacey. Damn, that sucks. I hate when I forget actors' names. But Willie Loomis, he finds out that the family has family jewels, or someone's buried with a lot of gold and stuff like that. So he goes grave digging, and boy, he got into the wrong grave, man. And that's Barnabas's hands coming out. It's going to come up there and strangle Willie Loomis. And this one, you already saw Dark Shadows Year One cover one, or the first cover. And I don't remember who did this. Wasn't Francavilla covers on these, but these covers are really stunning covers. And this is Dark Shadows Year One, issue number 2. Like I said, I've read this whole storyline. It was a good little mini series. It was 5 issues, I think. And that cover is one of my favorites. Dark Shadows Year 1, issue 3. So, dude, I mean, like, pretty much Bob sent me holy crap. He sent me the whole run of volume 1 Dark Shadows. Oh my god, dude. That is insanity. But dude, I love you. I love you for it, man, because like I said, you find these things. I'm actually going to leave these out of the box. And actually I better put them back in the box. Keep them protected for right now. But that is insane. That Bob's, of course, Bob watches a lot of my videos, but he must have seen that I or heard. Of course, I'm always talking about Dark Shadows some weird way or the other, and it's just so cool, Bob, that you took the time out of your day to find these Dark Shadows books for me and to like save them for me and send them to me. I really appreciate you doing that. I mean, I always say that, I don't always say this, but I was watching last night, The Boy Who Had 7 just went over 1,000 subscribers, man. Big kudos. And also, I think things happen for a reason. First off, it was Bueller's birthday, Comics with Bueller's birthday. And I guess he rubbed some of that Bueller birthday magic, or some of that Bueller magic powder. I'm trying to do a Bruce Pritchard, some of that red and yellow dust, fairy dust, although that would be inciting Hulk Hogan's a fairy. Anyway, you rub a little bit of that. Good luck. Boy Who Had 7, over 1,000 subs. In the same following night, Discovery Bay Comics, the YouTube's comic book community channel, got 1,000 subs. So I think things happen for a reason. And in the chat, Chris Barrett was mentioning that we have a lot of great pillars in the community. Comics with Bueller, the Comic Tom, the Reggies, the Joe Rhines, the Flying Joe Rhines, the Comic Cores, the Hoodats, the Bobs, the Bryans, the Bakes, the Perrys, um, just all these good people. And Chris Barrett said an old word, and I kind of smiled because it was a word that I hadn't heard in a long time. And he said, pillars of the community. And when I thought back, I went back in time myself, kind of like Dark Shadows time, and I looked at the early days of when I started doing the YouTube comic book thing, and I I wasn't no pillar. I didn't think I was. My pillars that I liked were Captain Strangelove, Hippie's Collectibles, who's another big Dark Shadows fan. Hippie Tom, if you're watching, I love you, brother. Get your butt and get some videos made soon. And Howler Mouse, of course, Howler Mouse, big time. And I watch those guys freaking religiously. And to me, they were my pillars, right? But for new comic book people coming in, their pillars are Bueller, Reggie, Tom, Joe Ryan, Comic Core, all the great channels, all of you in the chat. I mean, but I kind of got me thinking more where it's not really like pillars. It's more like we're a community full of these, a community full of hands. And, with your hands, you can do a lot of different things. Frank Avila used the hand gimmick on a lot of covers, but so did Dan Curtis, because when a hand's coming at you, it's kind of scary. But like I said, a lot of times when you have, and this will go on into my anxiety thing that I was talking about earlier, a lot of times you may have anxiety that happens to you and you might get scared. But, the opposite of anxiety is, what was it? I was talking today about this. Is a surprise or a thrill, where you're getting the same kind of things, but more in a positive. Like, your heart may be racing, or it may feel heavy, or you may be tense, or you may, need to get up and walk around, or you're just full of excitement. That's the word, excitement. But with anxiety, it is a negative. You're thinking negative thoughts. You're thinking about, work or all the hardships. But the thing is, when you're in these moments, the best thing to do is use energy, or maybe get up, walk around, do something where you're not thinking in your head about the negatives that are in your life at that time, but instead to, think about something different, instead of saying what if, say whatever. So, anyways, I'll talk more about that probably in the month of September for a truth video. But yeah, I mean, we're a community full of hands. So these hands, could be used to pat somebody on the back, tell them great job, you know, tapping on the keyboard for comments, tapping on the keyboard for chat, um, taking your hands, buying books off the shelf for other people, going through your collection to find books for other people. You could take the books in your hands, put them in a box, send them to that person. So your hands are here, always here in the community. And the hands, are for, the best part about these hands, they're to build up the community, kind of like pillars, right? So imagine not just, 4 channels like that are, mega channels or big channels, but imagine all of our YouTube comic book community channels, whether you make content or you don't make content, whether you type in the live chat or you don't type at all, you just watch and maybe you click the thumbs up or click the thumbs down, whatever you do. It doesn't matter, as far as how it comes across, but what matters is you got your hands and you're putting them to good use. You're doing things with the community, and what you're doing is you're holding that community up with your hands, because every single one of you that are watching the video, every single one of you that are watching it on the rewind, you're all a part of the community, whether you make content or you don't. Like I said, whether you type or chat or comment or thumbs up or whatever, or if you just listen in your car, because a lot of times I'm long-winded. I think I've almost been going about an hour. And so yeah, just remember that, we're a community of hands, and we're always here to help each other out. If you want to learn, some stuff about graphics and stuff, make sure you hit up Bob World. If you want to know how to do video editing, make sure you hit up Joe Ryan, Bueller, some of our video editors. Discovery Bay Comics has some great video editing. Perry is a master on the OBS. He's got a lot of stuff. He's also a big time gamer. If you want to learn how equipment he uses. I use Elgato from an Xbox One, and man, I bit my lip. Dang it. Damn vampire books. They got me wanting to bite stuff. But anyways, like I said, handful or community full of hands, all ready, willing, and able to help each other out in the time of need. So always, be a part of that, and love your brothers and sisters in the YouTube comic book community. So let me check the chat one more time, and then we'll head on out. We got some good action in the chat. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hey, let me scroll down a little more. I don't know if I'm missing the chat. And what I love, I do have 10 people watching. Not a lot of action going on in the chat, which is okay. And the reason being, for me personally, and this is for all of you YouTubers out there, that are, say, oh man, I only had that many live viewers, or I only had that many people, or whatever. And I always tell people it's not so much about the number, it's about the interaction with those individual people that are watching your show. So that's the best part about it. And you get to talk to them. But it's that interaction we have with one another that makes it so much better. And what else that's another great thing about not many people chatting is they're so drawn in to what you are saying that they're just listening to you talk, and hopefully some of the advice that I've given tonight over anxiety, which we'll talk a little bit more about in the future, but that you're taking that and using it in your own life, because that's the main thing that I've always wanted to do on YouTube. Well, once I got all the dreams out of my head about, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire on YouTube, I'm gonna be the best Grand Theft Auto 4 and Red Dead Redemption player there is, and I really was pretty good at those games. I'm not gonna lie. I was ninth place overall in GTA 4 at one point in time. I was third in the world on Gears of War 2, Guardian. So I did have that kind of stuff. I had a lot of videos that I did Skylanders and had all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. The longer you do it, your mind changes. Your life changes. When you have a long journey in this digital reality known as YouTube. But man, it's a lot much funner. I feel better about myself when I do Legends Truth videos and stuff like that. And I know there are topics that people may not want to hear, and some topics are a little on the religious side, and I'm a Christian, so my religion and the way I believe in God and stuff like that may be different from some of you other folks out there, and that's fine. We all believe in different things and stuff like that. So so this is kind of that side of the guy without the beanie on, although I do love wearing the beanie and I love doing the rhymes and all that good stuff too. But a lot of times I just I want to show me, I want to show you Rob sometimes, you know what I mean? Like the real me. Even though, like when I'm with the kids and the wife, I'm a sucker for it. I'm rhyming. I'm doing the whole thing. Because I know it kind of pisses them off, but it's fun to do sometime. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's just a persona. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of fun. What's up? There he is, Comic Core. Man, Comic Core had a great show tonight. If y'all want to find out the winners of that show, I think I didn't get to catch it. I didn't mean to like merge or converge. You take two circles and you converge them together like this. So I didn't mean to do that or anything tonight. All about the interaction. I'll take 50 views with 50 comments over 1,000 views and no comments. Amen to that, Perry. That's how I like it too, man. That's how I like it. Man, let me give a big shout out real quick to a guy from Beantown, Boston's one and only, the amazing Murphinator 1028, man. Murph, always a blessing to see you, brother. Always. Jigs Kingdom, man. It's been a long time, Jigs. Again, Bob World Dude sent me the whole run of Dynamite. Let me make sure I don't have no glare. Dynamite, freaking Volume 1 Dynamite Dark Shadows, man. All of these Francavilla covers in there. And he got me a cover I don't even think I had. He got me a photo cover from Dark Shadows Year 1, which was... Let me find it, dude. It was so cool. Oh, here it is. I'll put this in top because this one's going in Mylar first, because I don't have this copy. Photo cover of Dark Shadows Year 1. And this is not a cat box. Go away. Go away. Hey. Get away. Get out of here. Oh, olive oil over there. Go find Sailor. Go find Popeye. Get out of here. There it is, though. Jonathan Fried right there. Photo cover. Very cool, man. Again, Bob, thank you so much, brother. You're an awesome guy, man. And hit me up on Facebook, man. Let's get back on our Facebook Messenger chats. I chatted a lot. I put a lot of messages, but I think you're doing the Instagram thing too. I think so. Hit me up on there sometime, man. We do some chats like the old days on the Facebook. But thanks so much, Bob, again for thinking of me, and thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with me tonight and doing some chilling, man. So let's see here. Let me give some shout outs all in a row. Big shout out to Murphinator, Comic Core Chad, thank you so much. Take the time, Brian. Thank you so much, brother. Always. Get off. Get away. God, that cat. Bake the Snake, congrats, man. Perry Comics, thank you so much, brother, for the love and the support, man. Thomas Wayne, make sure that mom keeps her pearls on. Silent Stag, welcome back. Jigs Kingdom, good to see you again. My nephew Joey, Mimi Immortal Kid Gamer, great seeing you, buddy. Silent Stag, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Double S, you are the best. Thank you so much, brother, for hanging out. And we had our first in the chat, Who Dat Comics and Movies, Thomas Wayne, and of course my brother Bob World. Thank y'all all so much for coming out tonight. This has been a great show. I'm your host. My mind's blank. I almost said this blah blah blah. This, all right, let's go old school. Let's just have some fun with it. This AOK has passed the test. It's been prepared by the best. I'm your host, The Great Chef. We'll see you next time on The Great Chef Show. No, okay, sorry. That's the gimmick. That's the Great Chef gimmick. Sorry. Great playlist. YouTube.com/R9095, where the legends always coming at you live. But go down into my channel page, the playlist. Look for The Great Chef Show. Find some great recipes. Tell me what you think about them. If you enjoyed them, I'll do some more recipes. But no, bottom of my heart, Bob World, thank you so much for these awesome Dark Shadows comics, and we'll see you again in September, people, on The Great Legend Show. This is your host, The Great Legend, saying peace out. God bless. Hey, Bob, we're going to play some music. Your dad will like these kind of tunes, man, so sit tight and listen to these beats, man. One more for the road, people.